Energy and consumer demand flexibility. Do you know what that is? I'll tell you what that is. That's government speak for turning your power off. What am I talking about? Well, a couple of articles I've read this week, two different ones in two different sources, are talking about what will happen from an energy usage and an energy control point of view once we are fully net zero and fully based on renewables. So renewables are things like wind power, wave power, offshore wind, non-fossil fuels basically, which is where we're trying to get to, which is where we're headed. The problem with that is they are not absolutely consistent, and so you either need massive battery storage capacity to store any energy that you've saved up and then be able to distribute that across the grid, or you just need the wind to blow all the time and the sun to shine all the time, which we clearly don't have in this country. And so therefore there potentially is an issue. And so what they're building into the system is consumer demand flexibility. What they mean by that is that when energy resources are running a little bit low, they will put an enormous amount of pressure on consumers to, for example, ladies and gentlemen, can you not boil your kettles, not have your lights on, and not watch TV between 8 o'clock tonight and 12 o'clock tonight? Or there's going to be a temporary shutdown of power during the daytime because it's summer and you don't need your lights on, so we're going to turn all your power off for 3 hours this afternoon. At first it will be persuasive, it will be requests, it will be asking people to comply. But if that doesn't work, and if people don't comply and they can't reduce demand when they need to reduce demand, maybe they'll use other means. And is that where the smart meter system comes in? Because lots and lots and lots of people say that the smart meters built into them have the capability to just turn power off. So is that where we want to go? Is that what you think is the right way to run the power system? That we've had decades now of getting very, very used to power on demand. Turn your lights on when you want to, watch TV when you want to, cook your dinner when you want to, boil your kettle when you want to. But is that potentially going to come to an end in this drive for net zero? Are we going to end up with darker, colder, quieter houses, all in order to achieve this golden goal of net zero? We don't know, but as I say, I've read two articles this week about consumer demand flexibility, which is the phrase that's being used. Why does it need to be flexible? Sorry, it's got windy all of a sudden. Why does it need to be flexible? Well, it needs to be flexible because there isn't enough energy. It's as simple as that. Or there won't be enough energy, and they're starting to plant the seed of that. They're starting to plant the seed that maybe you're being irresponsible if you use too much energy. Maybe you shouldn't have things on all the time, all the things that you've got used to, like your heating and your lighting and your television and your radio and your dishwasher and anything else that runs in your house. They're planting that seed early because once we eventually get to the stage where we are completely reliant on renewables, whether that's 10 years, 20 years, 25 years, whatever, maybe it's not going to be so reliable. So maybe that's what they're waiting for. Anyway, go and do some research. Look up consumer demand flexibility in the energy market and let me know what your thoughts are, and let me know whether you think it's a good idea or not.